Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of the Nerdpocalypse Podcast. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah.
Hey.
All right, guys, we are back. There is plenty to talk about this week, so let's get right into it. Checked out this week. I watched Everything Everywhere All at Once, the exhausting A24 Asian film. Obviously.
That is, by the way, that is A24's highest grossing film in the company's history.
Yeah. It deserves it. I really, really like this movie. I thought it was great. To say it's a bit weird is an understatement. It's very weird. But I like weird movies. I enjoyed it. Not gonna lie. Shed a couple of man tears there towards the end. I'm a sucker for family. I'm a sucker for family stories. I thought it was beautiful. I really did. I thought it was a really, really interesting way to tell the sort of fractured history of a family. In this case, a East Asian family. I thought Michelle Yeoh was awesome. I thought it was great. It's funny and weird, and there's no way it's going to get the credit it truly deserves come Oscar season. But I do think it might be in the running for like best screenplay. I could see that because it's a unique ass screenplay. But they hold it together, man. I thought it was really dope. And yes, as far as the multiverse, it is a better movie dealing with the multiverse than Doctor Strange was. It simply is.
Thank you.
It goes more places. It just goes more places.
Right. It has more fun with the concept of a multiverse. I got a little bit of flack for saying that this is the movie that sets the bar for multiverse, for movies involving multiverses. I stand by that, man.
No, I don't think that's. I don't think that's insane at all. I think that's a totally fair statement.
Yeah, man. Like it's because that's why you hear multiverse, like. That's what you want to see. You want to see variants of different. Right. You want to see, what your imagination could be. Like that's the whole fun of it, right? Like that's why what if stories work. That's why Elseworld stories work, right? Like, and then you may get a character that hits, right? Like look at Thomas and Martha Wayne from the Flashpoint Elseworld story, right? Like that was a very unique take that makes that. I'm like, wow, why didn't somebody think of this earlier? You know what I mean? Like it makes so much sense.
Right.
And with this movie, I like how every universe, how Michelle Yeoh's character has to learn skills from all of the
that was fun.
versions of himself. I like how even the most weird, innocuous universes, she develops some skill from it, right? Like even in the hot dog hand universe, she develops a certain skill that is used in the film.
Yes.
And that's scripting and plotting. And yeah, man, I love that movie. Right now, it's my favorite movie, my favorite all around movie of the year.
Yeah.
I do like another movie that we're going to talk about, but this one this one's my favorite.
Yeah. I don't know that it's my favorite of the year thus far, but it's definitely like top 3. Like it definitely is. Look, Ki Hu Kwan coming back to acting. He was awesome, man. It was so awesome to see him. Like it was really great. And he was so good as the real heart of the film. I'm kind of getting a little bit of feels like that whole sequence where they show like that universe where where they didn't go off together, right? And he had kind of moved to the U.S. on his own and kind of made it. And he comes back, he's looking fucking super suave, and she's like this big time star and everything else. And he talks, and he just says that line, and I just thought he delivered it so well. Like, I would have loved to just work in a laundry shop with you in a different universe. Like I would have been okay with that. Like his love for her transcended all the universes. I just thought that was fucking dope as hell. And then the relationship with her daughter, played by Stephanie Sue, I thought she was awesome. I thought she was really great. James Hong being in this movie. Look, James Hong is a fucking legend, man. James Hong is a fucking absolute legend. And it was awesome to see him. And then shout out to Jamie Lee Curtis. It was just great as this like quasi villain. I enjoyed her just like watching her career, especially as of late as an older actress, has been really dope to see. Like her going back to stuff that she's done, like Halloween and stuff like that, and then still kind of doing things like this that are super experimental. You don't often see that with actresses or actors of this age, right? Like they normally tend to get into more rigid, common understanding stories and less of the like real wacky shit. And it's cool to see like this older cast, like really fucking going for it. And, shout out to Michelle Yeoh, especially like just like carrying this movie. I thought she was awesome. So yeah, man, I thought, Everything, Everywhere All at Once was great. I just really did. I think calling it exhausting is, juvenile. It's a lot though. I will admit, like it is a lot. Like, I don't think my wife would like this. But it's a lot. But she doesn't review films like other people who would call it exhausting do. So I think that's ridiculous. Yeah. So if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. The movie that Micah was mentioning that is his favorite this year.
Don't even.
I still have an hour left of this movie, but I'm going to give you my review right now. Morbius performs a sin that Terrence has often talked about on this show in the past, which is it's one thing to make like an action movie, and it's a comic book movie. I wouldn't call it necessarily an action film, but it does make it does something criminal, which is it's not just bad, it's boring. Like it's legitimately boring. I was happy to see that like the opening sequence is like they go right to the cave with the bats like right away. It wasn't like I'm dying for fucking 20 minutes and then we get to the cave and then shit pops off. They go right to the cave and he's like, he fucking cuts his hand and he's like, come get me bats. Right. But that's not how he gets his bat powers. Like he just used that to just capture bats, which was fucking whack. I was like, oh, like they didn't just bite him. Like, all right, well that's fucking stupid. So yeah, it's lame. It's like real bad. The plot is bad. Jared Leto is bad. It's boring. Like, please don't see this movie. Like pay to see this movie. Apparently there's a rumor that it's going to be back in theaters this weekend. Because
for what?
Because so many people have been making memes and like making joke requests about wanting a sequel that apparently Sony thinks that, trolls will come see it. So there have been a lot of it's Morbin time memes.
That's like, I thought you were just making that up.
No,
like, that's a thing on the internet.
That's the thing on the internet is people purposely creating these like troll memes about how they love this movie. It's so bad, dude. It's so bad that it makes Venom look like a pretty fun time. Like that's how bad it is. Like it's not fun. Like, right. Venom is like bad, but it's fun. Like it's a fun, stupid movie.
Yeah, from what I hear, Venom is just like a fun B movie.
Yeah,
but there was nothing like Jared Leto takes himself way too seriously for this to be fun.
Oh,
and I can't imagine, man. I can't imagine. And like, at least I understand why Venom was made, right? Because Venom is an incredibly popular character, and people love Venom. I don't even know why this was made.
Money. I think somebody was like, "Hey, what are some Spider-Man villains we could use?" And they were just like, "I don't know, Morbius. Like, remember that guy? He's like the plasma guy." And they were like, "All right, fucking pull up Wikipedia." And everyone's like, "Ooh, vampires are cool." And then they just like, "Who's a creep in Hollywood?" Jared Leto. Call him up. Yeah, it's bad. It's as bad as you've heard. What worse? I've only watched the first hour of it, and that was a lot. Like I think it's like 2 hours, which is ridiculous. Or maybe I watched 40 minutes or something. Yeah, it's real bad. Like you shouldn't watch it. No one should watch it.
Yeah, no shit. No shit. Yeah, there's no way I'm watching this movie.
You said that you would watch this if I watched it. You fucking liar.
I lied. I
knew. Yeah.
Fuck. You've known me for a quarter century. You think
I already knew you were just gonna go watch this? No, fuck no. I knew you weren't. But like, as bad as I thought Let There Be Carnage was, and it was pretty goddamn bad, that was a way better time than this is. A way better time. So, yeah, this is pretty bad. Morbius is pretty terrible. You watched a movie about strippers?
They make that joke in the movie. Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers on Disney Plus. I watched that. Look, it's weaponized nostalgia.
Yeah, I feel that.
And it works, man. It works. It is a film in the vein of Who Framed Roger Rabbit, in the sense that tunes exist in the real world.
Right.
And, Chip and Dale are just kind of washed up actors who were on a show called Rescue Rangers for the Disney afternoon. And Dale is kind of going through, by the way, I'm a Chip guy. I've always been a Chip guy.
Wait, which one's Chip? Is that
Chip is the Indiana Jones. Chip is the Indiana Jones. Dale was Magnum P.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Chip's the better one. Dale's an idiot.
Chip is the better one. I feel like you could tell a lot from people if they are a Chip or a Dale. If you're a Dale, you're a dummy. And these two are washed up actors. Chip has moved on to be an insurance salesman who just has like a real boring ass life. Dale is still kind of trying to ride the nostalgia wave, going to cons and, charging for pics and autographs and stuff like that. Like he's like the D-list celebrity at the con, right? Who wants his glory days back. Even got some plastic surgery in the form of CGI, which is why he is CG and Dale and Chip is not. And they talk about the breakup and why Rescue Rangers, was canceled. And then Monterey Jack is in need of some help because there is a character that is bootlegging, that is kidnapping tunes and bootlegging them and then selling and then forcing them to be in bootlegs of their movies to be distributed overseas. Which would be fine, but like they're kidnapping people to do it. Like they're kidnapping people, they're changing their look, like they're ripping off like their mouths and giving them different like facial features so that they're legally distinct versions of what they used to be, and then forcing them to be in these movies. Monterey Jack gets kidnapped, and Chip and Dale have to do everything they can to kind of rescue their friend.
That's fucking hilarious.
There's a ton, and I mean a ton of like cameos, from very obvious ones to very blink and you miss it. If you are a 40-year-old who grew up watching the Disney afternoon, you will get a kick out of this.
Nice.
I did not watch this with my son. I would imagine that, he's 3.5. Just looking at TV would be enough for him because we don't let him we only let him watch certain programming. So, but yeah, it was a fun ride. It wasn't a waste of my time like I assume Morbius is.
Yeah, agree to disagree. All right, cool.
Next up,
yeah, I'll check it out.
I watched the first 4 episodes of the 3rd volume of Love, Death, and Robots. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I watched 3 Robots Exit Strategies, which is basically a continuation of the previous volumes, 3 Robots, where like it's all of humanity is gone. And this is just basically commentary on why humanity has, kind of shit the bed, right? Like the poor people killed each other while the rich people, kind of tried to do their own thing and it failed, and then the uber rich people tried to do something and it failed, right? Like it's very blatant commentary.
Oh, Don't Look Up. Got it.
It's Don't Look Up.
Yeah.
I watched The Very Pulse of the Machine, which is about two astronauts who land on Jupiter's moon, and some bad things happen. I watched of the four, this is my second favorite. It's Light of the Many Dead. It's a zombie apocalypse story, but the animation style is great because it's all like zoomed out and miniature. So you see all these cute little zombies. You see all these cute little zombies like just wreaking havoc. Like it's fucking awesome, right? Then I watched the best of the four, and will probably be the best of the set. It's called Bad Traveling. It's about this ship that's kind of this ship that's like on this pirate ship, right? And there's a whole crew of people on this ship. Unfortunately, there is a giant crustacean in below deck that will kill these crew members, right? Mm-hmm. Unless it's fed, right? And it only eats like meat. It only eats human beings, right? I don't want to give too much away. If you're gonna watch one, watch Bad Traveling. It's a great story, and it is directed by David Fincher.
Oh, fuck off. Fuck off. Right. It's probably okay, I guess.
It's great. I mean, I absolutely love it, man. And that's the problem, right?
young startup, David Fincher.
Like, I don't know if Love, Death, and Robots, like, I don't know how they, like, you know how in an album, the artist usually puts the music in a certain order that they want the listener to listen to. Right. Yo, this is the second one, yo.
Nah, yo, you can't do that. Don't put David Fincher as number 2. Come on. You blow the rest of the whole album out, yo.
Right. Like, it just... Look, I think it's the longest one.
That's like putting... what's his face? That's like Philip Bailey. A lot of people don't know this. The song Easy Lover, not by Phil Collins. It's by a guy named Philip Bailey. You wouldn't know that because he made the grave mistake of asking Phil Collins to sing the hook on it, and Phil Collins took over the whole fucking song. And it's like, can you imagine putting out that album? It's like, hey, I got this song, or I got this album. Phil Collins is on one track, and it's like, why did I listen to the rest of this album? Like, I just want to hear Easy Lover. This is pure fire. Oh, you in this song? That's crazy. Glad. Thanks for coming, guys. Like, no, you can't put the superstar up top. That's a terrible idea.
Yeah, yo, like it's the second one, yo. Like I'm like, well, now I need to watch the rest of these.
Right, this is bullshit. Now, I guess the question is, I know previously with Love, Death, and Robots, they switched the order up. Like depending on, like if you watch it and I watched it, it was a different order. Because I remember when.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when you and I and Terrence reviewed the very first volume of Love, Death, and Robots, I think we all had 3 different starting points, right? Like they just totally randomized it. So I don't know if they're doing that with the third one, which I thought was a fun concept, right? That way, you don't watch you don't listen to Easy Lover first off and then turn it off because everything else is shit in comparison. But you have a chance to watch David Fincher maybe first, or sometimes that's the last one, right? So giving everything sort of equal billing, which is kind of fun. I actually think that's a little bit more fair to the artist.
Yeah, watch the David Fincher one. Like, I'm glad that it was early because I didn't have time to watch them all. But like, I feel like I've watched the best one. And so if you're going to watch all of them, and you probably should, like I enjoy the Love, Death, and Robots series, but if you're going to watch all of them, you should probably watch Bad Traveling last.
Okay.
It's really fucking good, man.
Yeah, I want to watch it. I didn't notice Netflix had like broken out each episode that you could watch like on their main screen. I was like, wow, this must be a really, really popular series for them to do. Yeah. So that's cool. I've enjoyed the first 2 volumes. I thought they were great. There was a review last week of Top Gun Maverick. Mike and I are now going to talk about it with spoilers. All right, I'm super interested to hear your thoughts on this.
Shit is amazing, yo. And here's the thing. Yeah. This movie is like, one, the script is better. Like, it's better than Top Gun, right?
No, that's inarguable, dude. That's inarguable. Right. Like, yeah, you can't make anyone saying the first one's better. You're crazy. You're letting your nostalgia get you fucked up.
Right, you're out of your mind, right? Yeah. And I'm not just saying this like just a recency. Like, I literally watched the first Top Gun 2 weeks ago. It was fine,
and you had never seen it.
Way better. I've never seen it. I don't have like that. I don't have the nostalgia weighing me down about like, oh, but it's this. No, this is the Top Gun Maverick is leaps and bounds better. It should be. It takes place 36 years after the original. There's been advances in technology and script writing, which are clearly shown in Top Gun Maverick. 2, while the characters are memorable, but I can't remember any of their names because like this movie does a very good job of making you feel instead of trying to talk at you. And I say that because
that's fair.
Like we all like Christopher Nolan movies, but his characters are kind of weak, right? Like his characters
that's not his point.
Right. His characters are vessels for the story. Top Gun is the other way around, right?
Yeah.
The story is what drives these characters and you love the characters, right? And that's what I prefer. Right, like, at least in a summer blockbuster, I don't mind thinking, but like, I want to see the plane go fast, right? Like, that's
very good.
That's the type of movie that this is, right?
I mean, it is though,
fast, right? And 3,
plane go zoom zoom,
plane go right. 3, this movie is the best part of a heist movie. It is.
Yeah. Okay. I know where you're going with this. Go ahead.
This whole movie is the plan and the execution of said plan. Yep. And like you meet your characters, whatever, act 1, whatever. All right. Like, hey, I'm Phoenix.
Yeah. They got their conflicts.
Right, I'm Phoenix. I'm Lawrence. I'm Rooster. I'm,
I love how he's just Lawrence from Insecure. What's your code name? Lawrence. Shitty dad.
My call sign's Best Buy.
Right? that actually would have been fucking hilarious. Like that would have been funny.
Right, you meet them. All right, fine, whatever. The second act is.
I think it was Payback, by the way.
I think so. Yeah. Second mission is a second act. We have essentially an impossible mission.
They called the right nigga for it. They did.
And the third act is execution of the mission and the fallout that ensues. Right? Like it's. Like
in a rogue nation, if you will,
right? Because they don't name the nation, they don't name where they're going. It is in fact a rogue nation.
No, I think they do say Iran actually, but like
it's Iran.
But, yeah, it's Iran.
I mean, it fits.
But it is for U.S. purposes, it's a rogue nation. It kind
of. And that's I love it. I love it. It's so. It was so fun, dude. Like, it's just a really fun movie. I think it came out at the right time.
Yeah, it did. Jesus.
Look, Tom Cruise is. I think Tom Cruise is a pretty good actor, but he is a phenomenal movie star.
Yes, he is.
And that is what this is. This is a movie star ass movie starring the movie star of all movie stars. The guy that fucking refuses to age. He refuses to do anything half-assed. As Demetrius would say, full-assed.
This movie might as well have been called Top Gun Full Ass. Like, yo,
right. And I appreciate that, because you don't get that kind of superstardom from people anymore, right? Like there is no other actor that is doing this shit, right? Like who's trying to kill himself for our adulation,
right? Just for our basic entertainment. Go, Tom Cruise. See what you can do.
Like he came up and right before the movie started, he's like, we're using real planes and this is real filmmaking techniques, and we're really up there, and I hope you enjoy it. And I'm like, you know what? I probably will. And man. Like just the filmmaking, dude. Like just even the filmmaking.
The filmmaking is awesome. Like
it's amazing, dude.
So what they did, for folks who don't know, what they did was I believe they were in I think they were Hornets or something like F-14 Hornets or some shit like that. But they actually, they're 2-seater planes. So all of the scenes of like just with Cruise and stuff like that, he's actually sitting in the back seat of a jet, and they're just filming it to make it look like he's just there solo, right? How they did it with the two, I don't quite know. They were definitely not flying for real, but they were actually up in a plane. It's incredible. Look, I think the movie even starts out in a perfect way, right? Like him being in charge of this experimental skunkworks like supersonic jet that they're testing to get to 9 Gs and then to 10 Gs is pretty awesome. And of course, having Ed Harris there was fucking great, because Ed Harris is great in everything, and he's older and he just looks angry as fuck as he should.
That guy screams military brass.
He does. I mean, like even in The Rock, where he was awesome in that. But I mean, Ed Harris is. I know Ed Harris is not a underrated actor, but I feel like Ed Harris is a criminally underrated actor to young people. Like
I think he's an underused actor.
Dude, he's so good in everything, man. I will stake everything as far as my thoughts on movies on his scene in The Abyss where he has to save his wife is one of the best fucking movie scenes of pure emotion, hands down, in anything. In anything. That scene is like, did she die for real? Because Ed Harris thought she did. Like, he fucking put his heart into that scene. It's still one of my favorite scenes of all time. If you've never seen The Abyss, it's a great movie. With a very ridiculous ending. But you know, James Cameron directed the shit out of that movie, actually, by the way. Better underwater scenes than Avatar. And I haven't even seen the second Avatar. I would make the argument already. Fuck Way of the Water. How about that? But the whole point of like that opening scene was like a perfect Maverick moment. Like he hits fucking 10 Gs and they're like, all right, cool. He did it. And the black dude's like, Maverick, please don't do that. And it's just like he keeps going to 10.1, 10.2 until he incinerates the plane. It was like, dude, like, I mean, it's the perfect, like, permission to buzz the tower, like, permission denied. Like, nah, fuck that. I'm gonna do it anyway. Like, that's just who he is. Like, just fundamentally who Maverick was. And I like that they took his character and they didn't fundamentally change him. They just, like, they showed what it would be like for someone to progress as a human being without being like, suddenly Maverick doesn't take risks. Like, no, dude, that's his whole thing. And after 36 years, he's still that prick who will do that. Like, and then like, hey, no one can fly this mission. He was like, nah, fuck that. I'm going to do it. And he just did the shit in training to just be like, fuck you. You say you can't do this. Fuck yeah, you can. Like, that's how good that dude was. And I said in my review, so I'll dig into it a little bit here. Look, that scene with him and Val Kilmer was awesome. It was awesome. It was beautifully done, man. It was beautifully done. And it was great to see Val Kilmer come back for that. Like, I thought they were just going to have him, like, just show his face like they did in the trailer, just in a picture. I didn't think he would actually show, which I thought was really cool. I thought it was really respectful of how they sort of ended that character's arc. I think it was dope that they became like best friends. Like, yeah, like, and I love that they had the fucking football scene and they explained it this time. They actually explained what it meant. It wasn't, yes, it's of course like, hey, look how fit all of these people are, including Tom Cruise, who's almost 60 years old. Fuck him personally. But like, it was the whole point of like, John Hamm's character, who Cyclone, was like, what the fuck? We gotta like get this shit working. Like, we don't have time to be fucking around. And he's like, look, they're a team. You want a team that's going to fight for each other. They got to be a real team. They got to they got to see each other as human beings. Like, that was the point of that scene. Like, it's never explained in the first movie, but that was the point of that scene, really, besides like baby oil. Like, it was to show them as a team, like as an actual human team. And like, they do a good job of like actually saying it, which I think is important. So it made that scene work that much better, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I thought top as far as blockbusters, Top Gun's my top. It is. For this year, it's the top. Well, no, Spider-Man is the top. Top Gun's number 2.
Spider-Man came out last year, buddy.
Was it last year? Fuck. Time is
came
flying.
out in December.
Okay, so Top Gun's the top for me. It's Top Gun, then it's Multiverse of Madness. As far as like big blockbusters. Right now it's Top Gun Maverick. That's the one to beat. Now, maybe Thor will beat it. I don't know. But I had a damn good time with Top Gun, man. I thought it was a fucking blast. And it had a massive opening. Like $160 million opening. It was crazy.
It's a good time. It's such a good time. I don't be surprised if the Navy just fucking uses that shit as propaganda. Like,
I mean, that's what they did with the first one.
Right. Didn't they had recruiters waiting in theaters when you come out of first Top Gun.
Dude, like, they had more people apply to be Navy pilots in the Navy's history after that movie came out. That's how popular the first one was. People were like, yo, I want to be a Navy pilot. They're like, yo, you're blind. You can't. You're 5 feet tall and you can't see. No. He's like, all right, I guess I'll just peel potatoes then. Right? Like, but they had a massive uptick in recruitment after Top Gun came out. And I know some people are like, oh, this is military propaganda. Yeah, so what? It's fucking awesome. Shut up. Stop being a stick in the mud. Like, the shit was dope. Shit was dope. Yeah, it was a great movie, man. I loved it. Stop being dicks. I did see somebody tweet like, oh, you know Top Gun Maverick was good, when people are like, you know, Tom Cruise is crazy. We all know Tom Cruise is crazy. We all know. Like, and
crazy and like a you shouldn't like this because he's
he's a crazy person. Yeah, look, dude. Do we really want to dig into everybody in Hollywood? Is that what you want to do? That's not what you want to do.
Yo, I don't.
His personal business is his personal business, man. I don't give a fuck. This movie was dope. Like it was dope. I loved it. All right, let's talk about the first 3 episodes of a little show called Obi-Wan Kenobi on Disney Plus. Have you heard of this? Heard of the show?
I've heard of Ben Kenobi. I don't know who the hell Obi-Wan is.
My man was like, that's not my name. Who? Huh? Look, I thought the first 2 episodes were great. But I thought that 3rd episode, ooh boy. I thought it was, I'm glad they didn't wait to bring Vader in like the last 2 episodes. Like, get him in there, dude.
You can't, right? Like, yeah, you can't, man. You gotta, it's only 6 episodes. Like, this shit is halfway done already.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, those first couple episodes, I was intrigued by that first episode. Second episode was good. I do have a little bit of couple of nits to pick.
Here we go. Go get your anti-black woman shit on.
No, it's my anti-white woman stuff. That little girl is she's a little girl. Right. And look, this isn't her fault. Right. This isn't her fault. I actually think she's decent in what she's doing. The fault comes from the fact that these grown ass people can't catch this little girl in a foot race.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It just annoys the shit out of me, yo.
She's the fastest. She's the fastest character in the entire Star Wars universe. Yo. She's super speedy, super speedy. Yeah, those scenes of her running are fucking ridiculous. They're like, like even Obi-Wan in the third episode, come back here. I'm like, yo, she's not. Yo, your legs are taller than her. Just walk, you'll get there. Yo,
like yo, she's taking 8 steps for 1 stride of yours, man. Like, what are you doing? Yo, like,
my daughter's not going to outrun me in a race. Like, knock it off.
Right. But she can outrun that girl. Also, is that girl supposed to be 10 years old?
Nah, yo, she's like 6. That little girl's like 6 years old.
But in the story, she's supposed to be like 10.
She's a very little 10.
I don't know. It's weird. But look, that's my only real nitpick. Well, I do have another nitpick, but we'll talk about that later. First 2 episodes, really great. That third episode, holy shit, man.
Yo, Vader's an asshole. Vader's an asshole, yo. He is.
Yeah, man, I love it. I'm here for it. I'm here for like super bitter ass like Vader. I'm here for scary Vader, right? Like, like we Star Wars is so ubiquitous that, like, you know, you see Darth Vader on lunchboxes, right? Like, you forget that, like, this dude is like, and even in A New Hope, like, people weren't like giving that dude the respect that he deserved, right? Like, like in that opening scene, like, he had to literally choke somebody to remind them, like, who the fuck are you talking to, yo?
Right, yo. Like, don't fuck around.
Nah, yo, I'm not to be trifled with, right?
Yeah.
But from Rogue One, where we see Vader just like at the height of his powers, right?
I love
and
that.
in this,
I'm watching it now. It's so good.
And in this, where he's still like 5 or 6. No, he's still like maybe another 10 years from being that Rogue One Vader,
right?
So let's say Rogue One Vader is like 30, right? Like, he's got a job to do, and he does it with efficiency. This is 20-year-old angsty ass Vader, yo. This is 20-year-old like young, dumb, and full of cum Vader, yo.
Yeah, yo. Like, this is just Anny in a suit. Kill them all, Anny.
This is still fucking bitter ass Anakin Skywalker, real pissed at that he lost a fight to his older brother. Yeah. And he's ready to kill that dude for it, man. And the fact that I love the petty, right? Like, nah, I am what you made me, right? Like, what did you do to yourself? Like, nah, bitch, I am what you made me, and I'm gonna make you just like me. And then he fucking like this, like when he fucking dragged Obi-Wan through the fire, yo. Like,
that was some petty shit. Petty shit,
I mean,
yo.
Goddamn. I mean,
like,
goddamn.
It's like,
yo.
Light this shit on fire, drag your trifling ass across it. He didn't even do it to kill him. He just did it to be mean. He just did it to be mean.
I love it, yo. I love it. Holy shit. That is what I want to see from Vader. Scary and petty.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I mean, I do love the idea of watching Vader being built, like, in real time, right? Up to, like you said, up to the point in Rogue One. Because when he shows up in Rogue One, he's a terrifying motherfucker, right? Like, that pull back to that dark hallway, and all these guys are like, we gotta get out of here. And then that fucking lightsaber kicks on, you're like, oh my damn, you know, y'all niggas is in a world of trouble. And you finally got to see Vader cut loose, like, because you really have never seen that previously, right? You just haven't. Like, he's slamming dudes on the ceiling, like, force choking folks. Like, he is kicking ass and taking names, and these guys are terrified, as they should, because the legend of this guy is terrifying. But we never saw that. Now we just saw this dude dragging people through the street and snapping necks like it wasn't nothing. Yeah, This is building to how terrifying this guy is. My guess is, him killing a couple of innocent people in this one, that's not even close to the end. He gonna kill a whole lot more innocent people to build that legend of who he is before he shows up in Rogue One. That when people go, yo, oh shit, Omar coming, like for Darth Vader, they're gonna be fucking terrified, and they should be. So I'm loving that aspect, and I do like Leonardo. Shout out to him, our fucking super Star Wars nerd in the fan group. Like his point that like it was awesome to see Kenobi like pop his lightsaber. Like you haven't seen him do that in so long, like whatever amount of years, but he's not the guy that he was, and he's terrified. Right? He's actually terrified.
He's not the guy that he was, and he's not the guy that he's going to be in yet.
Right. So he's in this in-between situation. And I think that's dope. It's going to be very cool. I think you're crazy to believe that Liam Neeson doesn't show up in this. Like, I think you're crazy to believe that he won't. And I think eventually he's going to get a chance to talk to Qui-Gon, and then he's going to get his confidence back. And that battle they're going to have before the end of the series is over is going to be awesome. I think it's going to be super cool. And I was talking to folks in the fan group. Look, if that fight between the two of them at the end of the series and they don't play Duel of the Fates, somebody fucking up. Like, you got to, dude. You have to. That's got to be the song that they fight against. But like, who don't want to see it? Who don't want to see it? Some people are like, well, this was just, them fighting in like over a dirt pile. Yeah, this is the first time they've met. Like, this is the first time they've met since fucking he basically killed Anakin. So like you gotta let shit ramp up. Like, this is not going to be the last time, dude. This is the third episode. They're going to meet probably in every single probably not next week, but probably in 5 and 6, big time. So like, just give it time. Relax. Just relax.
Yeah,
also, it's
like that's the one. That's the one thing that when you do a story that is set in between two things that you already know, the stakes aren't really there. So you gotta, because like nothing's gonna happen to Leia, right? Like know that, right? And Obi-Wan and Vader aren't going to settle their differences, right? Like,
no,
we know that. So you have to really like drive up the spectacle,
right?
And I think they did it in episode 3. Like, Jesus Christ, man. I'm very intrigued with this, and I'm interested to see where this goes.
Yeah. Also, he just straight handled Kenobi. Like, he had no problem in overpowering him to like lift him off the ground and like force choke him, like at all. So I don't know why you're so mad, Annie. Relax. Just why you so upset? It was awesome.
Yeah, you left me on a volcano planet to die, yo. Like nah, yo. No,
everybody.
I'd be mad as shit.
Yeah,
I'd be mad as a motherfucker too, boy.
Good. All right. Topics this week. Let's get into it.
Suicide Squad breakout Daniela Melchior will appear in Guardians of the Galaxy 3. James Gunn confirmed late last year that the actress won't be appearing as Moondragon, which had been speculated online. Filming recently wrapped on the anticipated threequel, which will star Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, Vin Diesel, Dave Bautista, Bradley Cooper, Sylvester Stallone, Karen Gillan, Elizabeth Debicki.
Yeah,
Debicki. What was that?
Debicki, yeah.
Will Poulter and Chuck Iwuji. Sorry for butchering that name. Yeah, so I don't see where it says that what character she is playing.
Yeah, it's being kept under wraps. Considering it's probably a voice character, I could see it being Cosmo the dog. That'd be kind of fun. Who knows? No clue.
Yeah.
Or it could be something even like less important. So, but I think it would be fun.
She was the heart in Suicide Squad. Her story. So and she's she's a fine actor.
Yeah, I thought so.
I don't have any beef with the young lady. Next up, all these stupid things are open. Next up, Netflix password crackdown is apparently already a mess. It said it wouldn't charge users who let people outside their households use their account. It has been being tested in Costa Rica, Chile, and Peru. Users in Peru told have said that they hadn't seen any enforcement and that the policy was a bit confusing. But in April, Netflix first reported its first subscriber loss in over a decade, probably because you need more quality and less quantity.
Yeah.
And they said that people sharing their passwords is partly responsible. I mean, it is.
That's definitely it.
It is.
This article says something in it that I thought was really weird. It said that the problem with Netflix is that their whole idea of they're going to charge $2 to $3 per user that you want to extend access to your account outside of your household. That's what Netflix said. And I think it was the Costa Rican government or the Peruvian government was Netflix needs to clarify its definition of household with customers. What's a household, Micah? How would you define a household?
The people in your house?
Yeah. That's what Netflix said. They were they live in your domicile, and they were you need to clarify that. They did. What? Do these people live in your house full time? Yes.
Right. Basically, if this account is being used at a different ISP, then that second ISP needs to kick in $2 to $3.
Right. Or not
that's
even
what I'm getting from Netflix.
If it's outside of the four walls of your fucking house. If you have a kid and they live in a different place, let's say in college, you still got to pay that $2, you just do. If they access it on campus, you got to pay the $2. The $2. It's I don't understand. They're what's your definition of household? I think it's pretty obvious what a definition of a household is. I need people to stop pretending stealing Netflix accounts isn't illegal just because you've been doing it for a while. Stop. Well, how do I know? It's not fair. You're stealing. You're stealing. You're stealing. You're stealing. Come on, man. Don't try to bitch and complain about the legality of normal shit. Why can't I steal this? Because you can't. Come on, man.
I mean, somebody's paying for it, right?
Right.
They're getting their money.
I need people to stop making bullshit arguments. I get it. I pay for my Netflix. I think, do I let anyone else use mine? No, I don't let anyone use mine. So I don't give a shit. And look, all you have to do is say, hey man, I still want to use your Netflix. All right, cool. Just give me $2. It's not that serious. If you can't afford $2 to $3 a month, then you shouldn't have it. That's just my sorry. Oh, that's maybe that's you're an evil capitalist or whatever. But nah, yo, shit costs money. Sorry, shit's not for free. Tough shit. It's $2 or $3. If you can't afford it, you can't afford it. It's okay. Certain shit I can't afford either. But don't complain about a legitimate business asking you to pay for their product. It's not wrong. It's not wrong. I know everybody loves
they can afford it. They can afford it, right? They can afford it. They can afford everyone. They can afford death by paper cut.
Right, you can't, because it was something 100. What was it? 10 million people use their accounts illegally, using someone else's account. That's a lot of money to leave on the table, dude. And they're not even telling you to pay full price. Saying $2, $3. Come on. That's actually not bad. I have to argue. It's not that bad.
Yeah, because guess what? If they don't do that, then they're going to charge the account holder the extra $2 to $3. And like they're gonna have to go up in price anyway if all this password sharing keeps going around. Do you want $25 basic Netflix? Yeah. I don't.
Because I'm not paying for that. I'm not paying $25 now.
Right. So tell your family to kick in a couple bucks.
Yeah, I know. I'm not paying $25 for the Lincoln lawyer, yo. Like it's fine. It's fine. It's not. No, it's not HBO Max. Like if I had to get rid of any of the streaming services, Netflix would probably be the first to go.
Oh no, not for me. Not for me.
Yeah, because you got Paramount. Get the fuck out.
Yeah, I forgot.
You don't even see. You don't even remember.
I might actually start that Star Trek show. I forgot I had Paramount.
I gotta get your. I would like to watch it. So I heard it's good.
Are you sure? Because it's gonna have commercials in it. Because
that is like, gotta tell you, it's my number one hesitation. It really is. I hate it. All right, next up.
Look, a major company finally does something that it should have done a very, very, very long time ago. And I hope all companies kind of take note. Star Wars, the official social media accounts for Star Wars and some of the actors and executive producers of the new Obi-Wan Kenobi show have come out publicly to state, hey, stop being a fucking racist dick.
Yeah.
So apparently Moses Ingram, who plays Reva on Obi-Wan, has received DMs with a bunch of racist remarks, and like some of the tamer ones are like, you're just a diversity hire, right? It's just like, yo, what the fuck? Look,
did they send that to the Asian guy who also plays an Inquisitor? I wonder.
They sent that. I think most of it is because she is a woman also, because you remember that Kelly Marie Tran had to kind of delete her social media because Star Wars fanatics, Star Wars zealots were fucking harassing that woman. John Boyega has gone on records as saying like, yo, these Star Wars fans are the worst fucking people in the world. Right?
It's the worst fan base, dude. It is. It's the worst fan base.
It's pretty fucking bad, and that's saying something. And even Obi-Wan himself, fucking Ewan McGregor, made a post and was like, I mean, he made it in his car, so like, I don't know how serious it was, but he made.
No, he did. Did he have the fucking Oakleys on? Like, was he in a truck?
he even came out and was like, "Hey guys, like, yo, what the fuck? like this is like we stand with Moses and like get the fuck out of here with that racist ass bullshit." And it is, man. And look, I feel it is high time to shame racists again. Make people ashamed to let their racism like come out. Like racial humor is one thing, right? That's like different. I love good old fashioned racial humor because it like it has the potential to bring us together by knocking each individual race down a peg. But just like fuck you black bitch and shit like that.
Yeah,
like,
that's that's unacceptable.
That shit is unacceptable. Yeah. And we need to shame people into not airing out their racist feelings again because people have gotten way too comfortable.
No, yo, just put their names on blast, yo. You get a tweet from people, put it out publicly. Fuck that. Don't delete their name. Don't
blur it out. No, none of that shit.
Nah, fuck that.
None of that shit.
No, put these niggas on blast. Oh, you lost your job? No, it's too bad. Who gives a fuck?
You want to bully people? Like, do you want to bully people? Like, you need to bully. They need to be bullied right back because that's the only thing that those people are gonna recognize.
Absolutely.
Like, I feel like it. Like it's so sad that a major fucking company, owned by a bigger fucking company, had to come out, have felt the need to come out and post, hey guys, like we like this person. Stop fucking with her.
Yeah.
It just, and look, it's one thing if you don't like her. I feel like her character is a little bit like stilted, and I feel like part of that is the writing.
Her performance is not the best in the first 2 episodes. I didn't think her performance was the best. Like quite literally, I thought she was one of the weaker parts of it. The 3rd episode, I thought like the writing seemed to kind of fit a little bit better, and it kind of like she was able to kind of like it. Just her dialogue was a little weird. I'm like, it felt too like modern, normal the way she was talking in a Star Wars universe. Like, you know what I mean? Like it didn't fit. But by the 3rd episode, it seemed like they got the dialogue a lot better. Because I thought her delivery and stuff was fine then.
And let's not pretend that actors haven't been given on a Star Wars project, haven't been given really stupid lines to say to try and deliver. I don't like sand. Right. It's coarse and it gets everywhere. What the fuck? What are you talking about, yo?
Hey, buddy, you're not a robot yet. Like, right. Why are you talking like that?
You know what else is sandy? My vagina. Like, is that your game? Like, is that the game that you spitting the Padme? Like, I don't like sand. It's coarse. It gets everywhere. What the fuck? Like, all right, yo. All right.
It's a bit weird. But look, I'll be honest. This is, I'll say it. This is probably going to piss people off. Again, I don't care. This is George Lucas's fault. Partially. You know why a lot of the Star Wars fans are like this? Star Wars is not a diverse fucking property until Disney bought it. It's not. It's not. 6 movies, and he picked 2 black people of major roles. In 6 fucking movies, he picked 2. He went and was like, who is the most popular black dude at the time? Billy D. Williams, cool. Who's the most popular black dude right now? Samuel L. Jackson. Right? You talk all the shit you want about Disney buying it, diversifying it, and ruining it, or whatever the fuck bullshit you want to make an argument. But you saw no real diversity until Disney bought it. You didn't. Name 5 fucking minorities outside of the original trilogy just in the movies. I'm not even talking about, don't give me, well, this character's Latin in the Clone Wars TV show, cartoon. I'm not talking about that. In the movies, which is what the main majority of people see, name 5 major characters who are minorities. 5. Who? Billy D. Williams. So Lando, Mace Windu, Finn, Rose,
and the security guy from the Phantom Menace who was kind of hanging around Padme.
Yeah, what was his name, Micah?
He was
that major character.
Black guy.
Black guy with black guy with gun.
Black guy with gun and cool hat.
Yeah,
that guy.
So, like, look, no
Jar
offense.
Jar Binks, technically Jar Jar Binks.
Yes, technically Jar Jar Binks. A fucking coon. He was a coon. Misa. Like, all right, yo. Like, to make a black dude say that is ridiculous. I'd have been like, I'm not signing up for this. But there's no diversity in Star Wars, yo. There's not. In a galaxy far, far away with all these aliens and everything, everybody white. Like, come on, dude. That's silly. It's ridiculous. Look, people go, oh, it was so awesome to see Finn, seemingly force sensitive and all that stuff. Hey, you want to know why that fucking scene in that first trailer for that trilogy was so fucking like mind blowing? Because you saw a black dude holding a lightsaber, and you'd only seen one other one. That's it. That's it. There's not a lot, dude. Jimmy Smits, like. It's not a lot, yo. It's not a lot. There's not a lot of minorities in this universe. I don't give a fuck what you say. You can love Star Wars all you want. You can be whatever color you want. You cannot pretend that this universe has been diverse. It has not been. So you have built a universe that everyone loves. Everyone loves. And George Lucas was like, nah, fuck that. All white guys. So guess what? You built a base of fucking dickhead white dudes who are like, they only see that universe as being white. If that movie had come out in 1977 and it was an array of people in it, you wouldn't have this. But you built a fucking franchise since 1977 that has been largely white as fuck. It has been, dude.
Yeah, because you look at Star Trek.
Very fucking different, dude.
Which was the point, right? Like the point of Star Trek is that we as a society have evolved past our petty like differences and look at what we're able to do now, right? And you never see Trek fans screaming about diversity and shit, because you see like these new Trek fans, you see like these
are
like,
the people, these are the people who don't realize that Trek is all about that, which is weird,
right? Like it's literally the point of it. And
there's a girl on this,
right? But like Trek has always been that, and you're right. Star Wars. Plus, maybe it sounds elitist, but Trek has always been like the thinking man's science fiction franchise.
Yeah, it is.
And I'm not saying like Star Wars is dumb, right? But it's
we're trekking into multiple universes. We gonna have a war. Like, it's a difference, right? Like, it just is, and that's fine. I like to light them up swords too. Who gives a fuck? It's cool,
right? But yeah, it's this fan base, man, and it's a lot of fan bases, but it's this one in particular that's just for some reason is incredibly hostile to one change, right? Any type of change.
They hate it.
Like, Jesus Christ, anything that differs from what your preconceived notion is. I'm looking at you, Last Jedi haters. Anything that is different from your preconceived notion of what you think it should be, even if it is just a fucking retread of what you like,
right?
You don't like it. And
look, I think Star Wars simultaneously has the worst fans and some of the greatest fans, right? Like, that's why when I say it's the worst fan base, it's because their bad fans are the worst. It's not because all their fans are the worst. They have great fans that like love this shit. Like, never forget, like, they had like Star Wars magazine for years when there was no Star Wars shit coming out. Like, it came out all the time and people were just like, yeah, there's more shit to write about. How? But they have a great fan base, but they also have the worst of the worst. Like, dude, you cannot have like, the whole point of the fucking franchise is good versus evil, and the thing that you do when anybody who's different comes into contact with this franchise is you harass them. You're the Empire. You're the shitty assholes, dude. You're the shitty, faceless, white assholes. You're stormtroopers. They're literally named after fucking Nazis. Hello.
I mean, a character was created specifically for them. Named what is his fucking name?
Kylo Ren.
Kylo Ren. That's literally the modern Star Wars fan.
Yes, that's exactly his point.
A person who holds on to relics of what Star Wars used to be and throws temper tantrums when they don't get their way.
Yeah,
and like that is literally what that character is.
What is his line?
You don't see that.
What's his line? Get rid of the past, burn it if you have to. When he fucking realizes like all of that shit doesn't matter anymore.
Right. Like if you don't realize that is you, like you are the problem.
Yeah. Yeah. What's the old adage? Like, if you don't realize that you're the, like, if you don't recognize a scammer, you're the mark. Like, it's kind of like that, right? Like it's and look, John Boyega, Kelly Marie Tran, now Moses Ingram, all dealing with this shit. Look, even Anson Mount, who plays fucking Captain Pike on Strange New Worlds in Star Trek, came out and was like, look, as a science fiction fucking character, like, yeah, we're from Trek, but like, we support her too. You've got two franchises that literally fans of each one are like, no, this one's the better one, this one's the better one. Even they're like, dude, what the fuck? Come on. This is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. If you are harassing this woman because she is black and she is on this show, you want to, like, yeah, you can call yourself a Star Wars fan, but Star Wars has long left you behind. It has long left you behind. And it's not the Disneyfying or Disneyfication of this franchise. It's that people grew up. People around the world love Star Wars, dude. You can't talk about the popularity of Star Wars and pretend that it has only been in the US. It is a global phenomenon. It's a global phenomenon. Guess what? The vast majority of people on Earth aren't white. So who the fuck you think is seeing these movies? Who the fuck do you think seeing these movies? Yeah, Asian people gonna be in it. Black people gonna be in it. White people gonna be in it. Men, women, little people, fucking giants, whatever the fuck. Who cares? Quite literally, that's like the Star Wars franchise is literally like fucking Warwick Davis was in these movies, right? The guy, I forget the guy who played Chewbacca, literally a little person and a giant. Okay, like everyone is in this franchise. Why the fuck is a black woman bother you so much? It's ridiculous.
Also, there's been two by my count. Two. Like there's in episode 9, there was the woman that is probably like related to Billy D. Williams because like he's the only other black person alive.
Oh yeah. On that weird horse thing. Yeah.
And it's Moses Ingram.
That's it.
I can't think of any other ones.
Look. The woman that you can't think of her name is not a major Star Wars character. She's not.
Right. She's not. She's not. And guess what, folks? Like Reva probably ain't gonna be around for a while. Again, it's one of the trappings of doing a story and introducing new characters when you know the beginning and the end of what
you're so mad about
in the world. So you can't stick it out for less than 6 hours, guys. Come on, man. And it is guys. It's always fucking guys.
It's always
you can't stick it out for less than 6 hours.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ, man.
But yeah, I mean, fundamentally, the universe is not diverse. It's not diverse enough. It's
getting.
Yeah, and again, I think that's a good thing. But that's one thing you can't talk about with Disney, dude. When they bought it, they actually put people of color in it. Lucas simply didn't.
There's a video game. There's a video game called Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. It stars the guy who plays it stars the guy who plays Jerome the Joker, right? From Gotham.
Oh, is that the same actor? Oh, that's funny. Okay.
Yeah, that's him. And Deborah Wilson, the woman from Mad TV, she's like a side character. Like she's like a confidant of his. But as the game, you play as the guy.
Oh, the black chick from Mad TV.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. She's
like a side character. Yeah. And you play as Cal Kestis, the Jerome the Joker. I don't know that guy's name. The team that was doing that developed the game wanted to use a minority character, either a woman or a person of color, or God forbid, both as the main character.
Insane.
And EA was like, nah. And it's just kind of like it's I'm not saying that EA is racist. There are plenty of other things I can say about EA. I'm saying that they felt that was necessary for them to sell their game if they didn't put a woman or a person of color on it. And that is indicative of the fan base.
Yep.
They are afraid of the fan base. They are afraid of that people, their target demographic would not buy it because a woman or person of color was going to be on the front of the box.
That's fucking nuts, dude.
And that fucking sucks, man. And and unfortunately, like, they have statistics to back that up.
Mm-hmm.
So bottom line, we gotta, like, the world's changing, accept it, and we have to shame people
100%.
for being a racist. Like,
Yep,
don't be a
100%.
racist. Oh, don't be a racist. We have to shame people for being racist.
Taking a hard stance here.
I mean, I'm going out on a limb. I know. But
put your trash in a trash can.
we have to shame people for being a racist, and we have to shame people who have hairy balls. So in order to shame people with hairy balls, you don't want to be the hairy ball person. So you need to go to manscaped.com. Manscaped is the best in men's below the waist grooming. Their products are precision engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped's performance package is the ultimate in men's hygiene, with over 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped. With this, we have an exclusive offer for you. 20% off and free worldwide shipping when you use the code THOSENERDS at manscaped.com. That's 8 million balls. Don't you want to be 8 million and two? Don't you want to be 8 million and two? Come on, man. Come on.
Think about it.
Go to manscaped.com. Use the code THOSENERDS and get yourself some smooth balls. Look, I'm getting ready to have another son, and my wife is going to have the pleasure of seeing 3 pairs of smooth balls in her house. Only by going to manscaped.com and using the code THOSENERDS.
Well, Father's Day is coming up. Yikes. 3 pairs of smooth balls. Oh, fuck me. Topics this week. Netflix is going to stop greenlighting vanity projects. So, they are hemorrhaging money. So their plan is to stop making movies like The Irishman, which cost them $175 million, which is insane. However, that did get like mad Oscar nominations, by the way. But they're going to stop greenlighting projects like that. And instead, Netflix is going to allocate most of its resources to producing more popcorn flicks in the vein of past hits like Red Notice, The Adam Project, and Don't Look Up. Already on the way in 2022, though, is the $200 million spy thriller, The Gray Man. Now, that one, I think, is a good investment because I think people are going to be really excited for that. That looks like a lot of fun. And it's the Russo brothers. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, think people are not going to watch that? They can't wait to not spend $2 to $3 to watch it in their outside of their domicile. Are you kidding me? They do have The Gray Man coming up and the first sequel to Knives Out coming soon as well. Apparently, they're going to be aiming at not making a bunch of small budget or greenlighting small budget films, but instead of like doing 2 $10 million movies, they're going to opt for like a $20 million movie, which is a mid-budget film, right? Mid-budget films that they've done in the past that have done very well for them are like Always Be My Maybe, The Kissing Booth, and To All the Boys I Loved. I haven't seen those last 2, but I definitely saw Always Be My Maybe, which was a huge hit for them and didn't cost a lot. So, look, I think this is probably the better move. I think every once in a while you pump out $200 million for something like The Gray Man. But I think if you can kind of keep it to the sort of the Adam Project and stuff like that, I think you can do really well. Look, Red Notice was not good in my opinion, but I think a lot of people liked it for the cast. The Adam Project I enjoyed. It was a good dad movie. Very like Steven Spielberg-esque dad movie. And then Don't Look Up was great. So, yeah, I think this is probably the better move for them.
If you're gonna do this, you probably should make sure that if you're gonna do a vanity project, like you got to make sure that it's like an Oscar-worthy film. And look, I understand The Irishman was, nominated for quite a few awards, but I'm looking at this still of, I guess, is a clip from The Irishman. I feel like you should have gave him a little more money because these older actors with young face, it just does not look right. Like the uncanny valley is. I mean, you're deep in it, and
agree to disagree. I think they look great. they look totally reasonable.
I mean, this looks horrendous. This looks like something out of like the mid 2000s, man.
It looks pretty silly. Very, very silly.
Yeah, look, I get it. I get it, and quite frankly, I enjoy their mid-budget stuff a lot more. And Netflix should kind of, I don't know. You can get into a whole debate about whether or not mid-budget movies should be in theaters, where it seems like blockbuster movies are just kind of dominating theaters, as they, should.
Yeah.
But I think there's a place for all types of film in theaters, but the world has changed, and I feel like mid-budget films, Netflix should invest in those because it feels like that's the best place to see it, right?
Yep.
I really liked Always Be My Maybe. I'm not rushing out to a theater to see that.
No, I probably wouldn't have seen it. I probably wouldn't have seen it until it came to streaming anyway, if I'm being honest.
Right. So yeah, I get it. Like, there's no point in spending like all this type of money when you can't even get people to, buy your product without sharing it. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. I think that's the move. I think you keep it relatively inexpensive and then just keep hammering in, like, get actors to come in like Ryan Reynolds or The Rock or whatever. We'll talk about one of them tonight, actually. And I think you can just keep people around. People are like, all right, that was cool. Like, not amazing. I think you can just win people over with like, that's good. Like consistently good kind of fun features that you wouldn't rush out to see in the theater, like you said. I think that's kind of the best move. Next up, Johnny Depp wins defamation trial against Amber Heard. Jury sides with Amber Heard in one counterclaim. Johnny Depp was suing Amber Heard for $50 million in damages for defamation, but the jury awarded him only $15 million. $10 million of that 15 in compensatory damages and $5 million in punitive damages. So he's and then the judge reduced the punitive damages to $350,000, the maximum allowed in the state of Virginia. So Depp will walk away with like $10.4 million from Amber Heard. Basically, the only thing Amber Heard's claim won on is that Depp's lawyer defamed her in an interview when he said her friends set the actor up for an ambush and a hoax on the night of an argument back in May of 2016. So the jury awarded her $2 million in the compensatory damages of that. Look, I'm glad this is over. I'm tired of people pretending that they super, super care about this and super care about Johnny Depp or Amber Heard. You don't. I think people are full of shit. I think people just have their own shit that they're trying to put, like, using this as a lens through to make arguments about. This is about like abuse, and it's not unserious, and it should be taken seriously. I think more people were talking about it for clout. I mean, it even mentions how like the Law and Crime YouTube page was like streaming it full time and got all these views and stuff like that. I think that has, and now there are. I mean, in fairness, they are a law YouTube channel, but a lot of the stuff on YouTube were all like crazy anti-Amber Heard shit. And look, I think Amber Heard lied like a lot during this. I think it was pretty obvious. But I still think people use it as a way to just build themselves up, and they didn't really give a fuck about this trial. So, I'm actually kind of glad it's just over. I'm kind of even tired of hearing about it, to be honest.
Yeah, I abuse sucks. Obviously, right? Like abuse.
Another
nobody should
another
be
hard
abusing,
stance on the show.
I'm full of it today.
I could tell.
I I don't. These are two bad people who kind of deserve each other, and because if they're with each other, then they're not with other people who probably won't, who probably would have to endure the crap that these two are giving each other. Like it's sad that it's come to this. It's sad that we as a country like give a shit about the trial itself. And it's sad that we don't, that we kind of allow abuse to happen. I'm so tired of these two. Like, I don't have much to say. Like, I've seen op-eds that are like, well, this verdict will prevent abusive survivors from coming forward now. And I mean, if that's the case, like, God, I hope not. But at the same time, like, don't they have this woman on tape saying like, I'll say you hit me, and nobody
she said no, she says
me.
Like, I did hit you. She's on tape saying that. Like, yeah, I did hit you.
Like, come on, like, nah, man, like, don't do that shit. Like men don't hit women, but like women don't test men by hitting them. Like,
that's a bad idea, yo.
That's a bad move, man. That's a bad move. Like, nobody should be hitting anybody. But like, don't think that just because you are a woman, like some dude is not going to hit you because it's not the thing that they're supposed to do. Like, please don't do that.
Yeah, that's
like, I'm not saying anybody.
I get your point. Like,
right, yeah. Like, somebody's going to be like, well, abuse survivors and like, nah, yo, I'm saying don't hit anybody.
Yeah, keep your hands to yourself.
Everybody needs to keep their hands to themselves, man.
Right. The thing is, I saw an article which I didn't like the way the headline was phrased, and it was like, the real winners of this are men, right? Like, this idea of,
never go hit women and like,
well, not even from that aspect, but it was like, men online were like really amped up about this case and everything else, and talking shit on Amber Heard, and like, this sort of like vitriol from men online against her, like they won the day and all this other stuff. But I'm like, at the end of the day, she's on tape saying she hit him. Like, so don't try to phrase it as if guys saying, hey, like, that's fucked up, are somehow like they're wrong. Like, that's not fair, yo. That's not fair. But at the same time, I don't know that there's any concrete evidence that he abused her. Like, I don't think there's concrete evidence of that. Like, there is concrete evidence that she did it to him. So I don't know. I don't think anybody knows. That doesn't mean he didn't, right? Like, I have no idea. My big thing is, stop pretending you give a fuck about the two of these people. You don't. You don't. Especially fucking assholes on YouTube. You don't. You're just doing videos for fucking clicks. You don't give a fuck about the two of them, These are two people dealing with abuse. It's a real issue. And the more you make it into a fucking joke of Marvel versus DC Civil War type bullshit, the more you do that, the less serious you make abuse against men and women. It's fucking bad. It's a really bad thing to do. It's a really bad thing to joke about. So, like, also, all these memes and shit, like, yo, it's fucking serious.
Also, this case, while this case is underlying, is essentially about abuse, the trial is about defamation. And the actual trial, like, for people wondering why Amber Heard lost, like, the actual trial is about Johnny Depp suing Amber Heard because she wrote an op-ed that heavily implied that he was abusive to her, thus sullying his name, which is why he couldn't, like, it work. Like, that is the thing that is being determined here. Not did he do it? Did he do it? Probably.
Like, who knows?
Right?
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say probably, right? Because these type of people, both of these two are just fucking gross ass people. But he's not on trial as to if he did this. He's on trial as the trial is going on because it's about defamation. Like, don't forget that, right? Like,
right. He's worried about whether or not you fucked his money up at the end of the day.
Right. Like, that's what the trial is about. And I think people lost sight of that.
Absolutely.
If you wanted to sue him for domestic violence and physical, like, that would be different. But I don't know, man. I don't know anything about this shit. Don't fucking hit people. Just don't.
Yeah.
I urge anyone, if you are in an abusive relationship, it's hard, but you gotta get out of it. And that's very easy for me to say. I understand that.
Sure.
But if you got family, if you got friends, please don't feel like you can't talk to somebody and get help to get you out of that situation. Yeah. Because that is the message that should be broadcast on YouTube, not Team Amber or Team Johnny or whatever the fuck people are doing. Like, if you are in an abusive relationship, please get help.
Yep.
Please.
There's nothing I hate more. There's nothing I hate more than, like, you using very serious issues for fucking clout, like, and just dumbing it down to just be fucking Team Iron Man versus Team Cap type of shit. Like, this is a serious issue, man. It's a very serious issue. Last but certainly not least, Michael DeLuca, Pam Abdi reach deal to lead Warner Brothers film division. So this is super interesting. So apparently the Warner Brother Discovery chief, David Zaslav, a fucking hard name to say, is looking to make 3 verticals inside of Warner Brothers Discovery, each with their own leadership, right? Warner Brothers New Line, which will be under DeLuca and Abdi, DC and animation. So what's interesting is, and those haven't been, like, laid out quite yet. But the talk is that Todd Phillips, the director of Joker, might be, has been asked to just be a consultant on the DC universe, not run it, right? Cause that's been, like, people have been taking that and, like, running with, like, they saw his name. Todd Phillips is going to run DC. It's a terrible idea. But just consulting on how to go forward with the DC universe. And it even says, like, he admits that he is not, like, some expert in the wider DC universe. No, he is not. But look, you could say whatever you want. Like, Joker's a well-made movie. Like, it's a very, very well-made movie. I did not realize it made $1 billion. Like, that's crazy. But because it doesn't feel like a movie that would do that well, but, like, that kind of money. But yeah, it's interesting. I mean, what are your thoughts? Do you think that this, copying the sort of multi-vertical kind of thing that Disney is doing, do you think that makes sense?
I've never seen Joker. So I'm not very, I don't know if Todd Phillips is, like, the best guy for what they're trying to do. I mean, at this point,
he's just consulting. That's what they're saying.
Yeah, that's fine. At this point, like, you kind of just gotta do anything you can to see what works. Mm-hmm. And
it's kind of what they have been doing.
Right. And I mean, this can't hurt, right? Well, I mean, it can't put the company in any, it can't be any worse than what we've already seen, right? Right? Like,
maybe.
At least they're trying to form a plan. They're trying to form a plan, and that is good. You're trying to form a plan, which means you're trying to kind of get your shit together.
Right.
Which is good, because like there's a lot of money to be made, and there's literally billions of dollars that could be made just from the DC Comics wing of this film studio.
Yeah, dude.
So
they're leaving a lot of money on the table. They're leaving a ton.
How you can't make $1 billion Superman movie, I'll never understand. I'll never understand how you can't make $1 billion Superman movie.
Like, is easy. Like, well, easy. Listen to me. But like,
look, it's not easy, but like,
it can't be that hard, yo. It can't be that hard.
For a bunch of professionals, it can't be as difficult as I think they are making it.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like you seen the special effects. Like, Snyder showed you can make a Superman movie, like, action wise, super fucking fun. Just maybe don't make it so fucking grim dark. And like, write a positive story. Like, I mean, maybe don't destroy all of downtown Metropolis constantly for 40 minutes. But like, you can have a good story.
Yeah, let's not make the Objectivist Superman as the first Superman movie in this new, like,
universe
set of movies that you're making.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That doesn't make any sense.
Just like literally like they have stories of Superman landing in other parts of the world and how he is so very different because he didn't land literally in the heartland of America where traditional American values were taught to him. And that is why he is who he is. You know what I mean? Like, Pa Kent didn't just be like, oh, fuck them kids, man. I mean, maybe you should, but maybe you shouldn't, right? Like, did they try to help themselves first, right? Like, I don't know, man.
They're drowning.
Like, nope.
Did you throw them bootstraps?
Right. Nope. Don't help me. I put myself in this position and I'm about to die from this hurricane or whatever. Don't help me, even though you could. And people might know that you're Superman. Don't help me. I put myself in this position. I need to die. Like, I'll never understand how that guy raises Superman and then Superman wants to help people.
Yeah,
I'll never understand it.
It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make. So, look, they even brought in Alan Horn to consult, who is both a veteran of Disney and Warner Brothers. So, they're trying to figure something out. So yeah, we'll see. I'm very interested to see exactly what they do. Hopefully they figure it out, man. I just want a full-fledged DC universe popping off in the same level of quality as the Marvel stuff. I don't have any hate in my heart for, like, I'll never see a Disney or a DC universe. I will. I want to see Batman and Superman kick ass. I want to see Suicide Squad and all. I want to see those crossovers. I want to see all that fun shit. Like, I want that. I want Peacemaker to not be the only thing damn near that they are making that's worth a damn. Right? Like, yeah, come on. Like, it's ridiculous. I love Peacemaker. I can't wait for that shit to come back. All right. Trailers this week.
I got to tell you, this first trailer, I'm very, very proud of you, given your political affiliation. I'm very proud that you would put Terror on the Prairie up here as something you would want to talk about.
Oh, yeah, of course. Do
you know who made this movie, right?
I don't know who made this movie.
The Daily Wire made this movie.
Oh, no. Oh no!
That's why I'm proud of you, right? That's why I'm proud of you.
I mean, that makes sense. That makes sense. Because this is starring Gina Carano. You know, she's a oh wow, there's the DW. They didn't even write Daily Wire. Hey, you fucking cowards.
They did at the very end, you know, when they flashed the credits for like
after they already got you 2 minutes.
Yeah. But, I'm very proud of you. Look at you. Crossing the aisle.
Look, I look, if Dinesh D'Souza does a movie that's not a complete piece of garbage, I'll rip into that trailer too. That guy makes fucking horrible movies. He got mad at me when I said that once. He blocked me on Twitter. That makes sense too. Fuck that guy. He's a criminal. Yeah, this looks bad. This
I was about to say, why the fuck did you put this on here? Like, I just want to make fun of Gina Carano, who left Star Wars, on her accord, right? To make these quality ass films. Look, guys, I need people to realize something about Gina Carano. She not a lead. She's not a lead. She's not a lead, dude. But apparently in this movie that happens on the prairie, God, I hope Ben Shapiro was responsible for writing this. I mean, he's the executive producer, so he's one of the executive producers.
It's got not one but two MMA people in it. Oh, this is gonna be great. So Cowboy Cerrone, he's a conservative asshole, I assume as well. But
is his name Cowboy?
Yeah, that's his nickname. Cowboy Cerrone. That dude's a good fighter, though, man. Like, he is. He might be a conservative dick, but he's a good fighter, in fairness. But apparently in this movie, these bad guys come a-calling. I assume they're liberals. They look like it. And they come a-calling, and they're like, hey, we're looking for your husband. And she's like, my husband ain't home. I'm defending the farm with my son. Even though I'm overly made up for the Wild West. It's a little odd. And so she has to defend her son because I guess these liberals come a-raping. And so she's got to do what she does
Where's
best.
Your son so we can abort him?
Yeah, like, oh no, he's already been born. It's never too late to abort a child. Like, wait, what? That seems weird dialogue. I did like in the trailer that Gina Carano's character is so fucking stupid that when a snake is next to her baby, she doesn't use the butt of the rifle to hit the snake that her husband shows her, because she's just, she's not that smart of a woman, because men are smarter in conservative land. She's gonna shoot it with a double barrel shotgun next to a baby in a house. What?
I was so curious why you put this up here. I'm like,
to make fun of it. To make fun of it.
And I looked at it and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what? Like, look. I think it's very interesting because I'm always curious what Hollywood and most media most mainstream media leans center left to leftist, right? So I'm always curious from a point of curiosity as to what conservatives like really staunch conservatives, what they watch. I'm curious as to what they find funny, and I'm curious as to what they watch. And and I'm not mad that this exists, right? Like,
the trailer actually doesn't look terrible. Like, it looks fine. It looks fine.
It doesn't look terrible, but it's a Western, so I'm not going to watch it. Like
I will watch this. If this is available on streaming service that I already have, I will watch this and I will review it. If it's bad, I'll tell you if it's bad. If it's good, it'll be bad. Okay, it'll be bad. I highly doubt it'll be good, but I'll be honest. She's gonna shoot that snake with a double barrel shotgun. She was gonna abort that snake and her child, apparently, and her child's hearing. What an idiot.
No. This is not for me. This is not for me. I'm not mad that this exists. Conservatives got to go to movies too, but
sure.
Yeah, this doesn't, and it's not even because conservatives made it. It's because it's a Western, yo. And,
I don't even care. I don't care that conservatives made it at all.
I know you don't. I didn't even think you knew, which is why I opened the way I did. I just don't think this looks. It's a Western, and I'm nah. You got to be cool you got to be cool if you're gonna be in a Western. I don't like serious gritty ass Westerns. I like the cowboy fantasy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get
that.
Yeah, like the Cowboy Serrano, like that guy, the Cowboy Fantasy.
I had to look at that twice. I'm like, is that dude's name Cowboy? Like, what the fuck? Like, I've never heard of any of these people except for Gina Carano.
Yeah, of course not. Of course not. So here's the thing about Ben Shapiro, who I've long said is my evil doppelganger.
Yeah, he's your negative.
Yeah, Ben Shapiro is my negaduck, if you will, to my Darkwing duck. You're not allowed to say that, white people. You're just not allowed to use that term. So it's a little too close. But like he wanted to be a Hollywood writer. So he actually wrote a book. You can listen to a review of it, like almost a line by line review of it on what is it? What is that podcast? Something the Bastards. I can't remember. But they review it and it's pretty bad, dude. Like the way he wrote like a military story. It's like this guy clearly wanted to be in the military. He thought it was cool, but he's also like 5'4", so like it just didn't work out for him. Yeah, so instead, he became a staunch Jewish right wing asshole, instead of like normal Jews who are like totally left wing. Or
at least funny.
Yeah, he's not funny. He does movie reviews. By the way, he does movie reviews.
I mean, everybody's got an opinion. Right.
Not a good one. Not a good one.
Have you seen over your messenger? Have you seen Ben Shapiro's sister?
Yeah, I know. I've seen her. I've seen her.
I mean, given where we grew up.
Yeah, I mean, she does have Shapiro face, which is a problem. Like she looks like him, which bothers me.
She has a face.
Yeah, I know. It's hard to. It's easy to forget.
I was distracted.
Yeah, not to be an asshole, but yeah, trust me, I've noticed. Good Lord, really hitting on stereotypes there, lady. But yeah, I'll watch it if it's available on a streaming service that I have. I'll give you the review of Terror on the Prairie. That movie better not be a second over an hour and 30 minutes. I can tell you, I will turn it off after an hour and 30 minutes. I'm not watching any more of it. Look, you better get your point across. All right, next up, The Man from Toronto. This is the Woody Harrelson, Kevin, Jesus Christ, what is Kevin's last name? Jesus.
Hart?
Kevin Hart. Thank you. God damn. Completely blank. I wanted to say Kevin Smith the whole time. Kevin Hart, sort of a comedy where he's mistaken for this hitman. It turns out the actual hitman is Woody Harrelson, the man from Toronto. And then shenanigans ensue. I don't think I care. I just don't think I care.
No, this doesn't look good to me at all. This doesn't look good to me at all. I've never seen the Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard or whatever, but
yeah, I haven't either.
Nah, man, I like Kevin Hart when Kevin Hart is playing against type. Like as over dramatic as that Netflix show was, with him playing a comic whose first name starts with a K. The Kid, I think, and his brother was Wesley Snipes.
Right. Like,
as overdramatic as that was, I enjoyed it for like the soapiness that it was, because it was Kevin Hart kind of trying to do something different.
Right.
And look, this type of comedy is what made Kevin Hart a superstar. So I understand going back to it every once in a while, but
yeah.
Call me when you do something a little different. Funny when you're being funny in a serious role and not just being, funny, goofy Kevin Hart.
Yeah, I agree. I just don't. This doesn't really do anything for me. I got to tell you, I am shocked that The Rock is not playing Woody Harrelson's character.
Don't be surprised if there is a Rock cameo in this.
No, I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, look, they seem to be like really good friends, so I'm not mad at that. I just have zero desire to see this. I just don't care. I'm sorry. I just don't give a shit. I will tell you something I am super fucking curious about, and I already know you definitely are on board for this. The trailer for The Menu. I think this looks really fucking interesting. This is about, I guess, a chef or a restaurant.
It is a young couple, Margot and Tyler, travel to a remote island to eat at Hawthorne, an exclusive restaurant run by celebrity chef Slowick, who has prepared a lavish molecular gastronomy menu where the food is treated as conceptual art. But his approach to cuisine has some shocking surprises for the wealthy guests, and I am all in.
Yeah, I think that this is my type of weird, man. This is my type of weird. Like,
yeah,
it has just the hint of like slightly comedic moments, but also it's like twisted and like creepy, and there like might be like some cannibalism type of shit going on. Like, this is my type of weirdness, man. I like this. There's definitely going to be some fucking like gross people getting murdered kind of moments. It's got a great cast. Ray Fiennes, John Leguizamo, Holt is in this. Yeah, look,
Nicholas Holt, Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yeah.
Yeah, bunch of people.
I don't know her name, but the sort of fixer lawyer from Ozark. I think it's Judith Light. She's great, and this is produced by Adam McKay, which I did not realize. So, yeah. By the way, this appeals to you, and I don't know if you know this. The reason why it appeals to you is because the director directed 12 episodes of Succession. So, all in, man. All in. I think that looks really fun and fucking twisted and very weird.
Yeah.
So yeah, hook it to my veins, as someone in our group said. Is that all? I think that is all the trailers this week.
Yep, that's it. That's all of them.
Oh, wait. Oh, fuck. I forgot to download Gotham Knights. God damn it.
Oh, darn. I still haven't watched it. I went to look at the runtime for the trailer, and that is 3.5 minutes, way too long.
All right, let me tell you about.
No way I'm watching that trailer.
Look, let me tell you something. Gotham Knights looks awesome. I can't believe that's a real ass trailer, dude. Wow. The second video under it is CW drops first insanely awful trailer for Gotham Knights. It looks so bad. Basically the premise is Batman is dead. And his son, he's got a teenage son, not named Damien. I don't believe his name is like, I don't know, Trent or some shit like that, or at least it looks like it is. He's now teaming up with other people, I guess the Gotham Knights, in order to figure out who killed his dad. It has been described apparently as being Gothamdale by people.
I mean,
it looks awful. I cannot believe that this is a real fucking show, and here is a trailer right now for this bullshit.
I mean, I can believe it. Like, it's the same playbook that they always do, right?
This is why people are sick of it.
You know how the original Top Gun is like a romantic love story disguised as an action movie?
Yes.
Like, these are except that like does a very like decent job at disguising it.
There's Batman.
These are the same like teen dramas disguised as like superhero movies. or superhero films that they've always done since Smallville, right?
Yep, same show.
Only they're not even like there's no pretense anymore. Like there's no super heroics. They're literally, and I guarantee you there's no super heroics in this.
Like they quite literally have eliminated the super heroics in the beginning of the trailer so that you never have to see any of that in the show. And it's just it's a mystery.
Like, come on, man. I just, nah. I don't know who these characters are. I don't know who any of them are. I don't know who they're supposed to be. Was that person who threw down the card supposed to be the Joker?
She's the Joker's daughter. She's the Joker's daughter. The Joker's daughter goes to school with Batman's son. They go to the same school. Apparently, the Joker pays for private school so that his daughter can go there. Shut up.
Yo, is this Clone High? like who are all these people?
I hope Bane's son shows up and he's like, I'm here to break the Bat's son's back.
I hope Bane's son shows up and he's like he looks like Diary of a Wimpy Kid, right? Like I hope Bane is completely like disappointed in his son because his son isn't fucking 8 feet tall on roids or some shit.
So
is that supposed to be Catwoman?
No. She worked with Batman, and you know what he called her? His little Robin. That's a literal quote from the fucking trailer, dude. Shut up. Shut up, show. Shut up. 2023, I can't wait to never watch this. This looks awesome. When a hero falls, a bunch of teenagers will rise and do nothing. Shut up. So God. Batman's son and the Joker's daughter, I guess, are friends in this. Cool.
Well, maybe we'll finally get because, Batman and the Joker have this, like, weird, like, homoerotic, like, relationship.
Oh, yeah, he's fucking Joker's daughter.
I mean, he has to, right? Like, because this is a drama, right? What was that?
That's the cowl. That's the cowl. That's right.
The cowl? That was Batman's cowl? No wonder he fucking died.
Yeah. I love it. They're like, hey, like, how are we going to find out who did this? And Batman Jr.'s like, don't worry. Like, the cops are going to figure this out. We got to find out first. He's like, don't worry. They don't have one thing we have. The Batcave. Wow, dude. It took you all of 9 minutes to give away the secret Batcave under your fucking house. Your dad kept it a secret for 40 years fighting crime. You just gave it up, you fucking douche. That's Batman, by the way, I guess. Yeah, this is cool, man. This is great. I can't wait to find out who his mom is. Is his mom Catwoman?
Wouldn't this
That's
make
Harvey
more
Dent.
sense?
That's Harvey Dent. That's Harvey Dent. He's 38 years old.
Wouldn't this make way more sense if instead of Bruce Wayne Jr., it was just young Bruce Wayne? Like,
no, but they already did that. That was Gotham.
No, but Gotham wasn't about young Bruce Wayne, was it?
Yeah, it was.
I thought it was about the Gotham Police Department.
I mean, sort of. But he was all in it. He was there the whole time. He got in a suit at the end. He suited up.
Like if this was young Bruce Wayne and all of the like supporting cast were like younger members of the Bat family, like different versions of the Bat family, and it was young Bruce Wayne trying to figure out who murdered his father, right? Like he's old enough to kind of do this investigation. And like it would just make more sense to me.
Or here's a better idea. Make him Damian, and he's like a prick kid, and Batman rest in peace, right? Like you've got what's the name taking over the mantle, and then you've got Damian like still out there doing shit and like trying to figure out who killed his dad. Like that would be interesting. This is just like
it could have been like a version of the Teen Titans, right? Like it could have been,
but they already have they already have Titans going, so.
All right, yo. All right. I literally can't watch the screen right now because I don't want to watch the trailer anymore.
By the way, I assume that the video game Gotham Knights is based on this show. So if you're looking to play that game, it is exactly what the show is.
I mean, it kind of is, right? Batman is dead in that world, right? Like
no, I know that. This is identical. Identical. Same story. You just go around to Riverdale or wherever the fuck you are, and that's what you do.
Yo, you could have made it, like you said, you could have made a Damien story, and you could have had Nightwing and Jason Todd there and Barbara there. Like you could have still had your crew of people, right? You just age up Damien a little bit. And
then just age them up, age up Nightwing and everybody else, where they're like the elder statesmen, and they're like, dude,
you don't even. Look, you don't even have to do that, right? Like, if you don't even have to do that, you can have it that, he kind of had his fling with Talia when Dick Grayson was still a young, or before he met Dick Grayson. And he just didn't know about, like, there are ways that you can do it to have everybody's age be the same, because you kind of want everybody's age to be the same for this cast to, kind of work, right? But I just don't, I don't know, man. I don't know. This trailer literally gave me heartburn.
I'm confused. He's playing a guy named Turner Hayes? Who the fuck is, like, what? Is that the character? Why DC fans hate it. Yeah, no shit. Yeah, in the wake of wow. Oh, his rebellious adopted son. Why didn't you just make him Damien?
So he's got another ward that he didn't train to be Robin?
That makes no sense.
Like, that doesn't make any sense. All right. Okay. All right. Bizarre Gotham Knights trailer shows the CW should lose its DC privileges. That's from Forbes.
Wow. Jesus.
Check out the new Gotham Yikes trailer. I mean, Gotham Knights trailer.
Jesus Christ.
Gizmodo.
Wow. Yeah.
Christ,
wow,
man.
Dude. Wow. Just wow. Oh, so the black chick actually is Carrie Kelly. Wow.
The Gotham Knights trailer is so bad you'll think it's a money laundering scheme. That's from Dig.
The Children of Villains. Harper Rowe, a young woman who is streetwise. Another one, Cullen Rowe. Dula Dent.
Yeah, that's the Joker's daughter in one like future timeline. I mean, at least they got the fucking name right, I guess.
Yeah.
But Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, this looks awesome. I'm super excited. All right, cool, man. Gotham Knights, man. I can't wait. 2023 cannot get here fast enough. Yikes indeed. Gotham yikes. That's like a New York Post fucking headline. But I appreciate it. That's fucking valid. All right, that's it for us. We will see you guys next week.
All right, yeah, good. Jesus Christ, goodbye. God damn, that trailer was terrible, man.
I think it's going to be great.